Well, howdy there, partner. It is time for the semi-fudgitals preview for the Fantasy League. So I'm only going to be talking about the semifinals today, the actual playoffs, even though certain douchebags try to insert themselves into being a factor in the fantasy playoffs, even though they're not in it. Said douchebag has been removed from the league, and we will never be hearing from him again. Now, uh, the first matchup here is my wise man, Jared, versus playoffs, Jim Mora Jr. himself, Tony Sr. Now, this is a pathetic battle of two teams that don't really deserve to be here. And one of them's going to get curb stomped next week by the eventual champion, your tribal chief. But that being said, let's just take a gander here at this and see who's going to come out on top this week. Tua versus Dak. Man, they're playing each other. It's going to be a shootout. I could see it going either way. I'm going to give a slight nod to Dak Prescott, though, in that one. Rashee Rice versus Devonta Smith. Man, another tight one. Could go either way. Slight nod to Rashee Rice. So far, senior's up 2-0. Jalen Reed versus Cortland Sutton. Jalen Reed. Point Jared. Now, Tyreek Hill versus Pittman. Point Tyreek. Jahmyr Gibbs versus Travis Etienne. I'm going to call that a wash. So right now we're 2-2. All right. Rachaad White versus James Cook. I'm going to call it a wash. So we're still 2-2. Cole Kmet versus Njoku. Slight nod to Njoku. 3-2 senior. Barkley versus Jacobs is a wash. And Denver versus Philly. Nod to Denver because they're playing New England. So this is a 4-4 matchup by my calculations. This is a tight one. Could go either way. So let's bold prediction this thing here and see what we think. My bold prediction is that Rachaad White goes off. I'm talking $150, multiple touchdowns, and Jared gets his first ever Super Bowl appearance. Congratulations, wise man. You're going to make it in. And you're going to make it in because the tribal chief has so declared it. Now, on to the matchup of the week. Two teams that actually deserve to be here. Tony Jr. versus his tribal chief. You know, proud of Tony for stepping up, fighting through injuries and making moves, making deals, and getting to this point. He could have packed it in when J.K. Dobbins went down. He didn't. Could have packed it in when Nick Chubb went down. He didn't. He just kept plugging away, and he built a team that's made it all the way to this point. Now that we've gotten all that bullshit out of the way, you're going to get creamed this week, Tony. He's going to get clobbered. This is going to be a brutal, vicious, malignant beatdown from your tribal chief. Lil J, you can't beat me. You know you can't beat me. I'm your tribal chief, and you will acknowledge me this week. I'm looking at this, man. Mahomes, gonna dominate. Jefferson, dominate. DJ Moore, dog. Stephon Diggs, dog. Jonathan Taylor, my guys, I can't tell you how excited I am to play Jonathan Taylor this week. He's playing a Falcons team that desperately wants their head coach fired. Arthur Smith doesn't give a shit anymore, and neither do his players. They just made Chubba Hubbard look like Barry Sanders. What do you think Jonathan Taylor's going to do to them? He's going to kill it. I'm looking at Derrick Henry. The king is back. It's snowing in Vermont. He's going to kill it. I'm looking at TJ Hawkinson. The Hawk is primed. He is perched like a gargoyle, ready to devour the Detroit Hello Kitties. And it's a revenge game for Hawk. You know he's getting into the end zone. He's getting in at least once. I'm looking at A.J. Brown, Christmas miracle season. against the Giants. I might score 200 points, guys. This is an unfair, ridiculously unbalanced matchup. I'm looking at Tony's team. He's starting guys like Puka Nacua, Tyler Lockett, Joe Mixon, Jake Ferguson. I mean, okay, sure. He's got Debo. Debo's playing the Ravens, guys. The Ravens are going to shut him down. They're going to dominate this Niners offense. They haven't faced a defense like the Ravens all season long. So Josh Allen, of course, terrifies me because he's playing the Chargers, who have completely given up, much like the Falcons. But that being said, I mean, I got Diggs. I got his number one wideout. I'm not that concerned, to be honest with you. What's he got to offset Mahomes? Nothing. So, bold prediction. I'm going to say Jonathan Taylor outscores all three of Tony's running backs combined. You heard me. He's going to outscore Chuba, Mixon, and Hall by himself because Taylor is about to have a historic game on Sunday. Sunday, 1 o'clock, sit down with your popcorn and be ready to watch my baby boy rip apart the Atlanta Falcons because that's how it's going to go. And there you go, guys. Me versus Jared in the Super Bowl. You heard it here first. There you go. I will see you next week to peacock the shit out of this W. See you later.